Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your 38th favorite dad in the family community, Papa West, Jacob West. And if I'm here, it can only mean one thing. Actually, no, that's super false. If I'm here, it can mean like 28 different things.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of stuff. And I don't have the background or the banner up in that corner to say exactly what it is. All you know is that I'm here for something TMG trivia. And I'm here with Kevin, who is one of my usual co-hosts too. So we're here for something. I don't know what it is yet. Just kidding. I do know what it is. We are here for our second episode of TMG Sports. That's right. The only fan league that still has sports trivia. We are going. We had Kevin taking on Alec earlier. It unfortunately didn't go Kevin's way.
Fun match.
Now, it was a very fun match. We have our second match in TMG Sports. And you might be asking, Papa West, who do we have gracing our screens tonight? Well, because you can't read and you didn't read the title, I get to tell you. We at TMG love Civil Wars. If you just watched, it'll probably be a couple weeks ago, depending on when this goes out. We just had the BS Bros Civil War. Bruce and Steve, not Shepard, Boyd. I don't know why I was thinking Shepard. Bruce and Steve Boyd just battled it out in TMG singles. So I'm like, hey, I have another Civil War that we can do. I'm going to take one of our favorite teams that we have, Duos Ex Machina, and we're going to have them battle each other out in a only one can win match for the second 1-0 seed. So if you don't know who Duos Ex Machina is, I don't know why I can't say their name. I'm going to bring in the first person as I get my fingers to work. Robert Steely McBeam Castner, or the Ghost.
I like it.
Or the cleanest beard in the business. Not the best beard, but definitely a clean beard. Robert Castner, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling good. Papa, don't feel bad about not being able to say Duo Ex Machina. There's Latin in there and stuff, and that's that's a dead language. So no problem there. Only studied by Catholic priests and whatnot. I'm feeling good. Not to bring too much geek stuff into it, but Heimdall once said, "All Father, let the I'm bad because I'm butchering it right now, but let the spirit of the Bifrost flow through me one more time." I want the spirit of my favorite team, the Black and Gold, to flow through me for this particular event. So that's what I'm looking forward here today. And this is super serious as a Civil War. Just want everybody to know.
Super serious.
Yeah.
Robert, I will let you know there is no Thor Ragnarok questions in this match. So all that studying you did is not going to pay off today. I am sorry. But also, Heimdall, I can't say words today. Heimdall did unfortunately die right after saying that quote.
Very true.
So, Robert, are you calling your own death in front of us?
Well, some sort of death. It might be metaphorical. It might be allegorical. I don't think it'll be literal, but it'll be something maybe.
I would much prefer a metaphorical or allegorical than a literal. Look at me and my big words. My brain works sometimes.
Absolutely.
And his partner, but not a partner today, opponent today, is Antonio the Assassin Chavez. That's right. It's not C period. It is a full-on last name. Antonio, you're rocking the Yankees, the full-on Yankees gear, which I am a big fan of. And as y'all know, I am an Eagles fan. Robert repping Steelers gear, which did beat my Eagles earlier this season. So you're already starting out 20 points to nothing. How are you feeling going into this match?
I don't know how to really take this. I mean, it's going up against my dear friend here, and I didn't think it was going to be so serious, but now I will take it a little bit seriously, but I'm still going to be not as good as with some things as maybe he is. he's probably going to surprise me with his sports knowledge. But otherwise, I really am looking forward to this. Hopefully, I can show off that I do know, at least a little bit about sports. Mostly just Yankee stuff, New York related stuff. You said I was 20 points up, but I probably gonna lose points because I also got the Giants tattoo. Go with it. That probably brings it down. But listen, hey, I'm a New Yorker. I gotta rep my teams, whether they suck or not. So let's just see how this goes, and yeah, may the best man win.
Okay, well, yes, I am an Eagles fan. Eli Manning will always have a seat at my table for beating Tom Brady not once, but twice. So unfortunately, it is going to be devalued a little bit, but not too much. So it's going to be an even 0-0 to start out the match. But anyways, the way TMG Sports works is each match is 4 rounds to a finish. First round is going to be 10 questions, I believe. Yep, 10 questions ranging from any kind of sport that there is. Of course, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL will always be asked in the first round and will always be a wheel for the later 2 rounds that we'll talk about later. And then each opponent also gave me a strength to use in question writing, which will also be used in round number 1. Kevin and I are going to do our best to read off these questions. Antonio and Robert are going to do their best to answer these questions. You see they both have whiteboards in their hands. They're going to think of an answer, write that answer on the board, and when I say their names, they are going to show me that answer. Spelling doesn't count. Just please be legible. At least as long as I know what you're trying to say, we'll count it.
No?
We'll see.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe later. I don't know yet.
Maybe later, too.
Throughout the entire match, each competitor has 4 repeats. If they didn't hear it right, let us know you didn't hear it right because we will give you a technical repeat. But if you want to give yourself a little more time, if you want to make the other person sweat a little bit, just say repeat the question. I will repeat that question for you. You have 4 of those and 1 challenge. If you don't like the way a question was worded, don't think my answer is correct, it is correct. But if you don't think it is, throw out that challenge. I'll talk it over with Kevin. I'll immediately tell you you're wrong, but we'll at least talk it over first. And hey, who knows? I have been wrong in the past. So you might get points. You might get an extra question. Might have a lot of things going your way.
We shall see. Yeah.
We will see. But without further ado, Kevin, are you ready?
I am ready, sir.
Antonio, are you ready?
I don't think we can sweat anymore wearing jerseys indoors, but yeah, I'm ready.
True.
It's called air conditioning. And Robert, are you ready?
Rah, rah. Let's do it.
Good luck, guys.
Then, without further ado, let's get ready to rumble. I don't know why I decided to do that now, this only time, but it happened. It happened. There might be boxing stuff. We'll see.
Yeah, there you go.
Going into question number 1 in the category of the NFL. Who is the only NFL player to rack up more than 20,000 yards receiving in her career?
One of my favorite players.
All I know is 20,000 is a lot.
That's a big number.
Big number. I've never counted that high, but I have counted to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Antonio.
Jerry Rice?
And Robert.
I think 5 was the amount of yards Zach Ertz had against the Steelers, but the answer is Jerry Rice.
I don't need your fun, sarcastic answers. I just need the actual answer to the question. Robert, I'm pretty sure he got more than 5 yards, but I will not fact check you on that.
6.
Jerry Rice is correct. Y'all both get 1 point.
Great start, guys. Let's move on to the NBA, National Basketball Association. Who is the current head coach of the Boston Celtics? One guy repping. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I feel I'm going to get a lot of crap today from Robert and Antonio both for being an Eagles fan.
I was going to say, you got one Pittsburgh guy, one big New York fan, So Boston right there in the middle. Let's see if they can pull it in 5.
No, we don't need to make you feel worse than you already do.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Very, very fair. We'll start with Robert on this one.
Brad Stevens.
And Antonio.
Oh yeah, Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens is correct. Great start.
Hot out of the gates.
Going on to question number 3. What MLB team plays at Truist Park? I will go ahead and spell that out for you. It's Truist. Truist.
Trust with an I in the middle of it.
Yes.
That helps.
You're welcome. That's why I did it.
Yeah. Just wait for the countdown.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Antonio.
No, it's probably wrong. San Diego Padres?
And Robert.
Stadium names change so much. Who even knows? I said the Giants.
Both unfortunately incorrect. The correct answer is the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, crap. That's what it's called now.
Kevin
Yeah.
had a part in writing
Was-
this. You knew there was going to be at least one Atlanta question.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know that's true. But yeah, it just changed from SunTrust to Truist this year. So it definitely.
Wonder.
Yep, definitely a broad or a specific one. All right, let's move on to number 4. Question number 4. I'm sorry, that is in the category of the NHL, National Hockey League. What team did the Tampa Bay Lightning beat to win the Stanley Cup this year?
You know, I accept all the crap for being an NFC East fan because we have had a really bad division this year. But I will say, the Eagles are the only team to actually have a tough schedule and beat a good team.
Yes.
5.
So,
And tie the Bengals.
yes,
I was going to say and get a tie, but then the
Yes.
Bengals also
The tie will help them win the division, I swear.
it will.
guaranteed. Robert.
Kind of unfair. This is in the town I'm living in right now, but it's the Dallas Stars.
Antonio.
Yeah, I just guessed the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Not a bad guess, but Robert is correct. It is the Dallas, former just Dallas Stars.
Question number 5, which comes in Robert's strength of 2010's NFL. How many different teams represented the AFC in the Super Bowl from 2010 to 2019?
Give you guys a couple extra seconds on this one. And it's a good time to bring up that how this process works. If you haven't seen the first video, your strength, which you use, so like NFL is already there, but Robert wanted to narrow that to 2010's NFL, so now you get both.
And also to say, anytime I say a year of anything, I want specifically that year. So, for instance, from 2010 to 2019, I'm talking about the season that started in 2009 because the Super Bowl was in 2010 that year. So everything from then on. And we've given you enough time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Antonio.
6?
And Robert.
I changed this at the last second because of what you just said. I said 4.
Both sandwiching. The correct
Yep.
answer is 5.
It's what I thought originally. I shouldn't have
Damn
changed it.
Patriots.
Yep.
Steelers, Pats, Ravens, Broncos, Colts.
Colts. That's what I was forgetting. Thank you.
Colts played it in 2010. Did not go on any other year. So
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so number 6 comes in the category of NCAA football. Who won the last BCS national championship before the playoffs were instituted?
everyone's favorite system in college football, the bowl
The
championship.
BCS.
Yeah, the BCS. There were no controversial picks number 1 and 2 during the BCS.
Never. You had it was like the most willy-nilly thing that has ever occurred. You have teams just claiming they won the national championship because they get upset. It's
Auburn.
madness. 5.
Auburn in 04.
Yeah, exactly. 2, 1. All right, pins down, and we'll go to Robert.
I'm not particularly sure about this, so I just said Bama.
And Antonio.
Not sure. I just picked the funniest thing that I always see the players announcing in the NFL. The Ohio State University.
Very good guesses, but we were looking for my Florida State Seminoles.
That's right.
Defeated
2013.
the Auburn Tigers. That is correct.
Yeah. Couldn't remember.
And it was another good guess because the SEC won like 20 straight.
Yeah.
And that just so happened to be the one they did not win. Going on to question number 7, which comes in the category of the Olympics. What American swimmer won 7 gold medals, the most for one Olympic Games, until Michael Phelps broke the record with 8 in 2008?
I had to squeeze out. Oh, go ahead, Jake.
Whose record did Michael Phelps break is really what we're asking.
Yes, good call. But yeah, I had to get my my yearly number of Florida State and Atlanta questions out of the way here. So
Now I know the flow.
Those are
now spent. Yeah.
2, 1. Pens down, Antonio.
Arthur Curry, a.k.a. Aquaman.
And Robert.
Did you ever see that Family Guy where Joe goes as this guy and nobody knows what he is because he's in a wheelchair?
I have.
Mark Spitz.
Thank you for that reference. Antonio with a ghost point though for the geek reference.
Yes.
But Mark Spitz is the right answer.
Yes, great job.
Mark Spitz
Robert.
is the correct answer.
Mm-hmm.
Robert getting that point.
All right, moving on to category number 8, which is Antonio's strength of the 2000s New York Knicks.
Looking forward to this, baby. Let's go.
All right, 2000s New York Knicks. How many different head coaches did the Knicks have from 2000 to 2009?
And I am looking for a specific number. You cannot say more than they should have, or a lot.
I was doing my backup answer. Okay.
I mean, they could say
Or
that, Jake.
More than most teams have had in their entire life as an NBA franchise.
All right, before no, that is fair though. All right, gonna start a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down, and we'll go to Robert.
I think this is right, but I might be one off. It's 7.
Antonio.
It was 6.
7 is the correct answer. Looking for Jeff Van Gundy, Don Chaney, Lenny Wilkins, Herb Williams, Larry Brown, Isaiah Thomas, and Mike D'Antoni.
D'Antoni, baby.
Forgot Chaney. Damn it.
Yeah.
A lot of people did. It's okay.
Yeah.
So the studying paid off. I know.
The studying paid
I
off.
take this super serious, but I did anyway.
It's
Nice. All right. And your penultimate question, question number 9 of 10, comes in the category of golf. Who was the last pro golfer to win all 4 major championships consecutively? Back to back to back to back.
Very good question.
Whoever wrote that question did a good job.
Did a very good job.
They did.
And we'll see if you can answer it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Antonio.
Tiger Woods?
And Robert.
A lot of people wanted it to be the pride of Texas down here, Jordan Spieth, but I'm pretty sure the Tiger Slam's in effect, Tiger Woods.
I love how you answered it with a lot more confidence than Antonio. Both of you are correct. But good job on the confidence, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you. I feign it very well.
I just realized I'm not keeping up with the tickers very well. That is my fault. The score is actually Robert with 6, Antonio with 3.
Okay.
Be mad about that Super Bowl question.
And we will move to your 10th and final question in round number 1. It falls in the realm of NCAA basketball. The 2010 NCAA tournament was the last with a field of 65 teams. What is the current name of the system of play-in games held annually in Dayton, Ohio?
Oh, what is it called now?
I considered doing something like this for my for the Geek tournament, but decided let's put everybody in.
It's kind
But
of like
basketball
a
can't do
participation
that
trophy.
because that would be
Yeah.
that'd be way too many teams. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, boards up. Go to Robert.
I was just thinking these as the playing games. I just said the Final Four in. I don't know.
Antonio.
I couldn't even think of anything funny, so I have nothing.
The first four. Not the final four, but the first four.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Darn it. Okay.
All right. That wraps up round numero uno.
So with that, after the first round, Robert is in a pretty commanding lead with 6, Antonio with 3. As we move on to round number 2, that was the wrong button. This is the right button. This is our wheel round. I have this beautiful wheel in front of me that's black, purple, and blue. Some
Yeah.
pretty
Halloween colors
cool
of
colors.
Yeah.
On this wheel are several different categories. You will spin the wheel. I do give you one free respin if you don't like the first spin. However, if it lands on opponent's or spinner's choice, you're stuck with it. Each category has 5 questions. Each question is worth 2 points. However, if you do not know the answer, you're kind of contemplating, I do give you multiple choice if you ask for it. However, if you ask for multiple choice, you go from 2 points per question to 1 point for that question. And my favorite thing, if you get it wrong, your opponent will have the ability to steal. So with that, our categories on the wheel, I have NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, which again will always be on the wheel. I have these strengths of 2010's NFL, 2000's New York Knicks, and then because I throw 2 extra categories in just for the fun of it, NCAA football and MLS. So with that, Robert, since you are in the lead, would you like to spin first or defer to Antonio?
Coin flips up. I want it. I always like to play defense, so I will defer.
You will defer. All right, so Antonio, are you ready to spin?
No, but go ahead.
It doesn't matter. I already spun it. So.
Yep, it's done.
Yes.
Okay. No.
What were you going to say, Kevin?
I was going to ask if you were going to prime it, but that's okay.
I forgot to prime it. Do y'all want me to prime it?
That would be your prime spin. So,
Okay. I'm going to click it like 5 times because, yes, we always prime it.
I'm going to take that, man.
I know you are going to take that. But it's...
in the essence of keeping things consistent, that's fair.
So this will be your first spin, not MLS.
Damn it.
This is your first spin, Antonio.
All right.
I clicked it like 8 times and was waiting for to land before I clicked on it again. So your first spin comes in the category of the NHL. Would you like to keep it or spin it again?
Spin again. Hell no. Sorry.
Spin again.
I know that feeling, Antonio.
I'm Hispanic. We don't watch hockey.
Well, let's see.
It's going to stop eventually.
I know. I was going to say.
I can't tell where.
Back at hockey.
It lands on
my
barely.
Okay.
2010's NFL. That was right on the line.
What I like.
It's funny because it was the same exact line it was on before. So that was it must have really wanted to go to that line.
Yep.
Yes. So as I take the wheel off and I move down to 2010's NFL, and yes, I finished it. Antonio, I will be reading you your questions in 2010's NFL. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Good, because I was going to ask him regardless. Question number 1 in 2010's NFL. The Seattle Seahawks sealed their ticket to Super Bowl 48 with an end zone interception by who to beat the 49ers?
I'm just gonna go for it. Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman is incorrect.
Oh.
Robert, your chance for a 2-point steal. I will go ahead and repeat the question for you. The Seattle Seahawks sealed their ticket to Super Bowl 48 with an end zone interception by who to beat the 49ers?
So, Toad, he did tip it, if I'm correct. Who actually intercepted it? I'm not sure, so I'm going to go with Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas is incorrect. The correct answer is Malcolm Smith. But you are correct.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman tipped the ball, threw it down right to Michael Crabtree, which was a stupid move.
Mhm.
Thankfully, Malcolm Smith was right
I wouldn't
there
have known
to
it anyway. I
intercept
would have
the
either
ball.
guessed Cam Chancellor after Earl Thomas. So
I was gonna say.
I was going to say Browner, so whatever.
All three multiple
three
choices.
were multiple choice options.
Awesome.
Because all
Yep.
three were members of the Legion of Boom at the time.
Yes.
True that.
So anyways, no one gets those 2 points. Those are 2 points still in my pocket.
What a fantastic
your-
strength I picked.
Yes, your
Keep them
second
for our next team
question.
match, Jake.
Yes, Antonio, your second question. Who won the award for MVP in the 2019 NFL season? So this is for the season that started in 2019.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is correct for 2 points.
That's a big 2 points. Antonio pulls up within 1 of Robert's lead.
Yes. Question number 3. What team did the Washington football team trade 5 picks to in order to get the second overall pick, in which they used to get Robert Griffin III in the 2012 NFL Draft?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, the Minnesota Vikings, B, the Indianapolis Colts, C, the St. Louis Rams, or D, the Cleveland Browns. Answer
5.
repeat in 5.
The Browns.
4. The Browns, known for trading away picks for no reason, unfortunately incorrect. Robert, I will go ahead and repeat the question and options. What team did the Washington football team trade 5 picks to in order to get the second overall pick, in which they used to get Robert Griffin III in the 2012 NFL Draft? The Minnesota Vikings, the Indianapolis Colts, the St. Louis Rams, or the Cleveland Browns?
Now the Cleveland Browns did, they traded their pick to Atlanta so that Atlanta could get Julio Jones in 2011. That was cool. This trade allowed this team to get guys like Michael Brockers, and I believe it also allowed them to get Aaron Donald. This was the St. Louis Rams.
I'm just
The
kidding.
St. Louis Rams is correct for 1 point. And also, one of the coolest moves in the NFL, when the Rams played the Redskins
That's
a couple
right.
years later, they had all 5 players they drafted go in as captains.
The best troll move you'll ever see.
Best
Fan-
troll move ever. All right, Antonio, question number 4, which is one that we will both like because it does feature the NFC East. All 4 teams in the NFC East have won the division at least once in the 2010s. What is the only other division in the league to have all 4 teams win the division during the decade?
That's a tough one.
This is a good one. I like this question.
Mhm.
5, 4.
AFC West.
The AFC West is incorrect. Robert, your question one more time. All 4 teams in the NFC East have won the division at least once in the 2010s. What is the only other division in the league to have all 4 teams win the division during the decade?
So AFC West was on the list for me. I have 2 others, so I have to guess properly here. I'm probably not going to do that, but I will try anyway. I am going to say the NFC West.
That is correct for 2 more big points.
I mean, that in the South, because the South had that thing where the last place team would win all the time. But, yeah. Cardinals had that one year in 2015.
Yes. All right. And Antonio, your last question in 2010's NFL. In 2010, the Eagles made a shocking trade with rivals Washington Redskins when they gave away their franchise quarterback. The very next year, who did the Vikings trade McNabb to?
I gotta call some. I gotta say, you said the answer in the question, Jake. You said who did they trade the Vikings trade McNabb to? So we'll have to go with the backup here.
Oh, did I really screw that up?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
I was like, wait, what?
I didn't even realize that. Okay,
Right.
thank you for catching me on that. And that just shows everyone makes mistakes sometimes.
That's what my eyes went like this.
It definitely happens, man. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
That's why we write backup
I
questions.
was like, wait, maybe I don't know something.
So I will try not to screw up this next question. But yes, that is correct. The Redskins traded McNabb to the Minnesota Vikings the very next year.
I thought he was going to be good both times.
Antonio, your actual 5th question. In the 2010s, a quarterback has been drafted first overall more than any other position in the draft. How many quarterbacks were drafted first overall?
Oh. We got extra time for this?
Yeah, we'll give you extra time.
Yeah. Any counting question, we'll give you an extra second or 2. So from one quarterback trade question to another quarterback draft question is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Sure, I'm going to go with 5.
5 is incorrect. Robert, I'm going to repeat the question for you. In the 2010s, a quarterback has been drafted first overall more than any other position. How many quarterbacks were drafted first overall?
Yeah, I was doing the count too, as Antonio was doing it. And I got to a certain number, and now I'm trying to go the other way, which is how many not quarterbacks can I name that got drafted in the 2010s? I'm going to say 8.
8 is incorrect. The correct answer is 7.
Okay. Yeah, I got to 6. I got Winston, Murray, Newton, Burrow, and then I forgot.
I don't have the list in front of me.
I was going to say it, yeah, unfortunately.
But I will.
Luck, and then
I don't know. Luck, Mayfield. I forgot.
Okay. So with that, Robert, you are currently in the lead, 9-5.
Yes. I did okay in that category.
You did.
Shows how good of a strength that was for sure.
Yeah. So Kevin, you have on the tracker that Robert has 8 I have that he has 9.
A 9, yes, 9. I'm sorry.
Give him my strength. See what happens.
Thank you for.
We'll
Hey,
see.
I got your strength question right in the first round.
I know. I'm curious now.
That is true. In a match, as I said recently, it's always fun when both people get their strength.
Yes.
All
So,
right,
Robert.
there's your correct score.
Yes.
Everybody still has all 3 repeats and their challenge.
Four
so
repeats, right?
Let's do it.
Yep, 4
3
repeats.
are we do 4? My bad.
Yep, 4 in sports since there's also an extra round.
Oh yeah, true that. Okay.
So, Robert, your spin is in as it lands on
Please.
Yep.
opponent's choice.
Sweet.
So, Antonio, you get to choose what to give Robert. Do you want me to read off the categories one more time?
No, just I pretty much know I want to give him mine. Just because either way, I'll be proud. Because if he knows my team's history, I'll be proud that he actually took the time to study it. So, yeah, give him the Knicks.
Give him the 2000s New York Knicks. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. 2000s New York Knicks it is. So not both strengths will be red, but
Freaky Friday.
yeah, Freaky Friday. Yeah, well, Freaky Friday, I'd swap them over. All right. So Jacob, you want me to handle these the administration of these questions? I'm guessing.
Yes, please.
All right. I will do so. And Robert, like I said, remember all repeats are still intact. So 2000s New York Knicks. Are you ready for 5 questions coming your way? All right.
Just fire them away, Kevin. I'm looking forward to this. Let's go. T-shirt cannon that shit right into my face. Let's go.
I got it. Here we go. Question number 1. In 2003, who did the Knicks hire as their new head of basketball operations?
Should have studied this a little bit deeper. I'm going to go multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. Is it A, Isaiah Thomas, B, Donnie Walsh, C, James Dolan, D, Phil Jackson?
Okay, it's what I thought. I should have just went with it. It's Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas is correct for 1 point.
I should have just went with it.
Unfortunately, Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, unfortunately. I didn't think it was that early for some reason. I thought it was like 05. But that's maybe when he took over as coach. So that's my fault.
All right. Question number 2. New York had their best year of the decade in 2000 with 50 wins, but the season was ended after which team beat them in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Oh, yeah, this team did not fare very well in the finals against the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. This would be the Indiana Pacers.
Indiana Pacers is correct for 2 more points. Great job there by Robert. And we move on. Question number 3 in the 2000s New York Knicks category. Breaking the record in 2003, who currently holds that record for highest free throw percentage in a season with 91.9%?
Ooh. That is an interesting question. I should have studied these things more clearly. I did a very cursory look at it, apparently. Let's go multiple choice.
Multiple choice. All right. Is it A, Patrick Ewing, B, Stephon Marbury, C, Latrell Sprewell, D, Allen Houston? Oh, I'm sorry. That I just totally read the wrong multiple choices. May have to address that. Is it? I'm sorry. Let me start over. Is it A, Latrell Sprewell, B, Allen Houston, C, Howard Isley, or D, Othello Harrington?
Yikes. That's what I have to say. Because I got 2 of the 4 people. I'm gonna go D, Othello Harrington.
D, Othello Harrington is incorrect. Going to go to Antonio for the 1 point steal. I'll reread the question and the correct options. Breaking the record in 2003, who currently holds that record for the highest free throw percentage in a season with 91.9%? Is it A, Latrell Sprewell, B, Allen Houston, C, Howard Isley, D, Othello Harrington?
I'm gonna go with Houston.
Allen Houston is the correct answer for 1 point. A big steal from Antonio there.
Should have went with who I knew shot well.
So, Kevin, I would skip question 4
Yep,
and use the backup. Yep.
that sounds good. All right, that's what I was thinking. So we're on the same page there. For us. So I had this one. My bad. Just trying to give Antonio his 1 point steal here before I jump into your penultimate question, Robert.
I'm curious what that question was, though.
I will let you know after the match.
Because we might use it later. We'll see.
All right. So your penultimate question, Robert, in 2000's New York Knicks. In 2001, Jeff Van Gundy stepped down as head coach after just 19 games. Who stepped in as the interim head coach to finish out that season?
Don Chaney.
Don Chaney is correct for 2 points. All right, so Robert takes a 14-6 lead and has 1 question remaining. And there it is. Okay. My phone's just a little slow today. All right, and your final question, Robert. How many times in the decade did the Knicks make the playoffs?
That would be a big, whopping, insurmountable, 3 times.
That is correct for 2 points. He did his studying.
Unfortunately.
So, yeah, nice. 99, 2000, 2000, 2001, and 03, 04 are the years.
In 03, 04, they did it with a losing record.
So normally a 16-6 score would seem insurmountable, speaking of insurmountable, but we have round number 3, the championship round, coming up.
Yep.
And as I well know, that it could make anything go any different direction.
Yes, we do see ourselves at an interesting spot because normally this is where you go, Antonio, you have to get every single question correct. But thankfully, I decided we're going to do things differently in sports. We do have the 3rd round, which I call the championship round. I have 5 questions for you. I'm going to give you a championship game. I need to know who won it, who lost it, and who was the MVP. For some things, there are series. So I want to know who won the series, who lost the series, and who is the series MVP. Each question is an opportunity at 3 points. You get nothing for getting them wrong. You just miss out on points. Because I'm mean, I'm not that mean. So
wouldn't that be something if we just lost all these points?
Right, I got 0 points.
Yes. All right. So, question number 1 for the NFL, Super Bowl 34. Who won it? Who lost it? And who was the MVP?
And to clarify, not looking for offensive or defensive MVP, looking for overall MVP. But what I was going to say, Jacob, interested to see if anybody uses the posh strategy. That's what I've named it after that first match.
Yeah.
And I will let you know, I do need specifically winner this team, loser this team.
Precisely. And do you have a timer? How much timer do you do for these?
About 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair.
So 5,
repeat.
4. Robert using his first repeat. Or really extension. It doesn't matter. It's Super Bowl 34. Who won it? Who lost it? And who was the MVP?
Oh my gosh. I just remembered. I'm stupid.
Oh, good old Super Bowl 34. Back when times were much nicer.
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Antonio.
No idea. So Ravens over Giants, and it was Ray Lewis, MVP.
And Robert.
Rams over Titans, Kurt Warner MVP.
That is
Give me 1 second.
that is correct, Robert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean I think most honestly, Meredith's family discount is the price that you would probably pay at most salons.
I don't know what's going on. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
headphones are starting to go in and out. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
We can hear you. Yep.
Okay. So have we gone to the second question?
No, I was waiting on you to just make sure what anything
Still on
else
the
you wanted
first
to
question.
say. I told Robert
Okay.
he was correct though. That way there was not that much
Yep.
anticipation.
Yep.
Antissa,
Robert.
wait for it. Patient. All right.
I'm trying to give those points to Antonio. No, you go to
Yeah,
Robert,
if you
silly
want.
points.
Antonio's like,
Robert,
I will take it.
Robert getting all 3 of the points available. Antonio not getting anything.
Can
Kevin,
I give
take
a
it
quick
away.
insight to my brain? I was like,
Sure.
I know 33's Broncos
Sure.
Falcons. I know 35's Ravens Giants. What the hell is 34? And I was sitting there for 8 minutes.
So I was close.
It
Okay, I feel
happened.
better.
You
It happened.
almost,
Yeah,
you were
you are
almost
close.
1 yard
right.
short.
1
Yeah.
yard shy. I wanted to make
I
that
feel
joke
so
the
dumb,
entire
honestly.
time.
I don't know either.
It happened in Atlanta too, so I was like, man, I just want to say something about
Makes
this,
sense.
but I can't. All right, so here is your second one in the championship round. The championship I'm looking for is the 2007 NBA Finals. Need the winner, the loser, and the MVP of the finals.
And of course,
So-
we want the full-on series MVP.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And to clarify for anybody watching at home, I think everybody here has got it. But 2007 NBA Finals would mean the 2006-2007 NBA season.
Yes.
I'm sorry, repeat that again? What you said just now?
Absolutely.
Yes. So
Yep.
it's the 2006 to 2007 season,
Okay.
but it's the finals that actually took place in 2007.
Right.
Right.
There's so much writing in this round.
There is a lot of writing.
It's going to throw me off, but whatever.
Who's the typing, goddammit?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. All right, let's go to Robert first.
San Antonio Spurs over Cleveland Cavaliers. Tony Parker was the MVP.
And Antonio.
I knew Spurs over Cavs, but I thought it was Tim Duncan.
Spurs over Cavs MVP, Tony Parker. Robert gets all 3 points. Antonio, though, does pick up 2.
All right. Question number 3 comes in the category of Major League Baseball. 1990 World Series. Who won it? Who lost it? And who was the MVP?
Compare it to a dog, but like a chocolate lab, that color brown, that color.
That's a good color of brown.
Apparently.
Yes. Yes, you have to delve back a little bit into history on this one.
Yeah, I wasn't even born.
I hate you, Antonio, for that comment. No, I'm just kidding.
Antonio, we are in the same boat. I was not born yet either. Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Going with Antonio first.
Total guess. Is it Blue Jays over Braves and Roger Clemens is MVP?
And Robert.
I said Reds over Yankees. I said Ken Griffey. I know he wasn't on the team, but I couldn't think he was on the Reds, though.
Robert getting 1 point.
Yeah.
The Reds beat
Antonio
the Oakland
Zito.
Athletics.
That's what it was.
Jose Rio. was the MVP.
Damn, that was in Rio.
The Oakland A's won the World Series? Oh my God.
Yeah, with the Bash Brothers.
I was gonna say
All
with
right.
McGraw,
Several
McGuire,
years.
Canseco, that was the year.
And they won in '89, if I'm correct, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Fair. All right. So Robert picks up you picked up what? I'm
One.
sorry, 1 point. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying. Just want to make sure I keep up with the score here. Okay. Your penultimate, if you will, question in the championship round. Championship I'm looking for is the 2019 Stanley Cup Finals.
Just freaking one.
Just talked about the 2020 one in the first round, so just think back.
Yeah.
Yes. And we also have an interesting situation. Antonio needs 6 points to stay in the game. So he has to get this question and the next question, all 3 correct. And he has to have Robert miss all
Correct.
6 available points, or else he will be knocked out. So no pressure, guys.
I was gonna say.
I think Antonio has 8, by the way.
He has 8.
3, 5,
Yeah.
7.
Yep.
My favorite number. I'll stay with that.
So then he is actually because I have 8 down. I just was looking at the wrong number when I did my math. He needs 5 points.
Yes.
So he can afford missing 1 point or letting Robert get
Right.
1
I was gonna
point.
say aggregate score of +5 from here on out.
Yes.
All right, guys. It looks like everybody's ready. I'll do a 5 count just to be safe. 1, pins down. We will go to Robert.
The Blues over the Bruins, and I don't remember who won the MVP. I said Vladislavenko, but I don't think that's right.
Antonio.
I thought it was the Golden Knights over the Red Wings, and I made a joke, but I erased the joke.
And your winner, by way of knockout, is Robert Steely McBeam Castner. We were looking for the Blues over the Bruins. The MVP, Ryan O'Reilly.
Ryan O'Reilly. Okay.
Very well done by Robert there.
Yeah. That was our first knockout in TMG Sports.
Yeah. So you can hang that little medal on your chest there, Robert.
I'm going to do that. Thank you.
I would for sure.
I'm going to kick Antonio out of the stream real quick because he is a disgrace to his family, and we only have winners here. No, I'm kidding. Antonio, I do love you. You have a special place right here in my heart for wearing that Yankee stuff. But, Robert, you had a phenomenal game. I don't have the full-on stats, but I'm pretty sure you outscored Alec, who is the only other person to have a win.
And didn't even go to the final round. So.
Didn't even go to the final round. You had a lights-out match. How are you feeling after this?
You know, it's funny you say that, and I'm still mad about the ones I missed. I'm mad about the Super Bowl champions because I had the number. I knew Isaiah Thomas. I should have just said it. I thought Allen Houston, and I second-guessed myself. Usually when I get to a number and I don't know what it is, I do a number above. This time I did 2 for some reason because I'm an idiot. So you're saying I played well, but there's a lot of stuff I still don't know. And Antonio gave me his strength. If he would have given me MLS, who the hell knows how it would have went.
Sure.
But this is just something I'm very passionate about, this and my love of movies, geek and otherwise. So I just like to flex muscles in it if I can. So I'm just happy that I get a chance to play. I love Antonio. He's my brother in arms in all these leagues. But I think in terms of sports trivia knowledge, come at me because I think I'm going to be at the top of the mountain.
Hey, that's fair because you definitely showed yourself, proved yourself in this match. I would definitely say after facing Alec myself, You guys are on similar planes. So yeah, that would be a great matchup to see. Jacob, you got a question for him?
Yep, I was gonna say, I think anyone would be scared to go up against you after watching this match. But the question I like to ask everybody, we don't have a ton of people on our roster. We are still growing, but is there anyone out there that you know is a sports fan, whether they're on the roster or not, that you would like to take on?
I think you mentioned it. Alec would be a good match. I would like to play Kevin too. This guy plays in other leagues. We haven't got a chance to play in teams yet. I'm sure Derek Parker would be pretty good at this if he wanted to, with all his sports references and jerseys that he wears. So.
Another one I'm going to throw out there, Robert, is a guy who hasn't played yet, but he has expressed interest in playing. He is the former champion of that other sports league that is no longer. It is Sandy the Sandman Robinson.
Ooh,
so I think
nice.
that would be an excellent matchup as well.
I like that too.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean anyone we put you up against would be a fun match. Derek Parker is on the roster. I have him going up against someone very soon, so we'll see. Maybe I put y'all up against each other. Maybe I put you up against Alec. Maybe I put you up against a loser. I don't know yet.
Who knows?
Yeah, this league just started, so we're still playing everything by ear. I'm going to go ahead and kick you in the back real quick to bring your friend in here. What?
You said kick him in the back. I said I guess that's better than being kicked in the front.
It is a lot better being kicked in the front. Speaking of the man who was just kicked in the front, Antonio, you did have a good match. You did have a good match.
Really? Okay. I think that's being nice. But
I can name so many people that you would have destroyed with your 8 points.
Really?
And hey, it's your first time going out there. You never know exactly what's going to be asked. You're not 100% sure what all to study. And you got points right. Like there are people who have gone into sports matches and didn't get a single question right. So you are not in that club. But you didn't have the greatest of matches. You did have a good one. How are you feeling after that?
I feel like it was an okay introduction. But now my boy here is I feel like he's gonna take over this whole league now, man. He's gonna.
I know, right?
He's the standard now. I foresee him being champion when it gets to that point. I knew he knows his stuff about movies, but now I'm just like, geez, he knows his stuff about sports too. And I don't know anything. And I just know like the ultra basics. But I mean, who knows? If I did study up, maybe I would just know. But I would still not match up to my boy Robert here. So maybe with some time, get back into it. But otherwise, I just thought it was a nice way to get into this, and it was still fun, honestly. I did want to go to other rounds just to see how that last round would have went. Even though it probably would still have been like out of range, but just to keep going, just to have some more fun. But otherwise, it was still a good experience.
Well, we definitely hope to have you back. I'll say that personally. I mean, I think there are some good people on the roster that would be a good matchup for you. I know that when you take something and put your mind to it, like study, that you can definitely kick some ass. So yeah, hope to see you back.
Thanks, man.
And because I do always ask this question, is there anyone that you would like to call out? Again, on the roster, not on the roster, it doesn't matter.
I mean, if there's any fellow New York fans, that'd be interesting, just to test our knowledge. I'm sure we probably would sort of pick strength that would go about New York teams. That'd be fun.
So Antonio versus Amaro is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, pretty much. That would be like another Civil War where we would definitely go each other about either Yankee stuff or Knicks stuff. Who knows?
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right, and we would love to see that out, but I got to kick you in the back to be with your friend also, Kevin. I don't know about you, but that was a lot of fun.
It was.
We did have two guys show up to compete. They both competed. Both did fairly well. But I will say, watching this match, because I'm on the roster too, I'd be afraid of Robert.
Yeah, that's a whole different level of.
Mhm.
He was pulling some stuff that I would have never gotten to. So that,
Yes.
especially in that championship round, he didn't even have to resort to the method that I was using. He was just cranking that out. So
Yes.
very, very good job. And yes, I agree with you. I would be scared. I am scared. I hope I at least have time to improve before running into that buzzsaw.
Yes. But again, hey, it could just be a one-time thing. I don't know. That's the beauty of this thing. It's so new. We don't know. But we definitely look forward to seeing how everything happens later on down the road. Because while yes, this is a just for fun league, we definitely are going to have championships and tournaments and all that stuff. So we'll just see how it goes. With that, I have been the 38th favorite dad in the family community, Papa West. That has been Kevin Poss. For Robert, for Antonio, thank you for watching. Click that like, subscribe, share this with all your friends. Or don't. I don't care. I'm not your dad. But I could be your papa. Good night.